Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to tackle a few super common grammar habits that, believe it or not, can really undermine your confidence. We're going to show you how a few simple fixes can make your English sound instantly more powerful. Let's get right into it. So, have you ever had that feeling where you know exactly what you want to say, you've got the idea perfect in your head, but when it comes out, it just doesn't land with the impact you wanted? Well, trust me, you are not alone. It almost always comes down to a few tiny, common habits that are actually surprisingly easy to fix. And let's get one thing straight right now. This has nothing to do with being good or bad at English. It's really just about polishing the skills you already have. The habits we're going to cover today are incredibly common, and fixing them is honestly the fastest way to make your speech sound clearer, stronger, and way more confident. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with those word mix-ups that trip everybody up. Then we'll unlock the power of verbs and get our counting words right. After that, we'll actually practice together, and then we'll get you on your way to feeling way more confident. Let's begin. First up, let's tackle those tricky words that look and sound almost the same, but whoops, they can totally change what you're trying to say. Nailing these is a huge confidence booster. So our first pair, your versus your. Your, Y-O-U-R, shows that something belongs to you, right? Like your keys. But your, Y-O-U'-R-E, is just the short way of saying you are. That's why we say you're doing great, because what we really mean is you are doing great. And here is the only trick you need to remember. It's foolproof. Before you say it or write it, just ask yourself this one question. Can I replace this with you are? If the answer is yes, then your with the apostrophe is always your answer. Simple as that. Okay, next on the list, then and then. This one is all about telling the difference between time and comparison. Then, with an E, is about sequence, like first I'll do this, then I'll do that. But then, with an A, is what you need for comparing things, like in the example, he is taller than me. And I've got a fantastic little memory trick for this one. Just notice that then and time both have the letter E in them. And than and comparison both have the letter A. If you can just link those letters in your mind, you'll get it right every time. All right, now for the close cousin of your and your. It's versus its. And you know what? The rule is exactly the same. It's without an apostrophe shows possession, like the dog wagged its tail. But it's with an apostrophe is just short for it is. That's why we say it's a beautiful day, because we mean it is a beautiful day. And you're probably seeing the pattern here, right? The logic is totally identical to what we just learned. Just ask yourself, can I say it is here and have it make sense? If you can, you absolutely need that apostrophe. It is a beautiful day works perfectly, so it's is the correct choice. Okay, let's switch gears and move on to our second section, unlocking the power of your verbs. These are some really common habits, and just fine-tuning them a little will make your sentences sound so much smoother. The classic is versus are. This is really all about numbers. It's that simple. If you're talking about one thing, a single person or object, that's a singular subject, you use is. So, the dog is barking. But if you're talking about more than one, a plural subject, you've got to use are. The dogs are barking. So, the rule of thumb couldn't be easier. Just count what you're talking about. If the count is one, use is. If it's more than one, use are. Getting this basic rule down adds instant clarity and polish to your speech. Ooh, this is a big one. He don't or she don't. So in English, the words he, she, and it get a little bit of special treatment. We don't pair them with don't. We have to use doesn't. So it should always be he doesn't like coffee or she doesn't work here. And here's the best trick to remember this. For he, she, or it, the verb that follows usually needs an S on the end, right? Think he walks, she talks. Well, the word doesn't already has that S built right in for you. That's your clue. Now, this next one is a little more subtle. We often use that ing form for actions happening right now, like I am talking. But for certain verbs that describe a state or a feeling like understand, know, or want, we use the simple form. So instead of saying, I am not understanding, the stronger, much more natural way to say it is, I don't understand. So the trick here is to just start recognizing this special group of verbs. Are you talking about a state of being, a feeling, or a thought? If you are, just keep the verb simple. I don't know, I want to go, I don't understand. It just sounds so much more fluent. All right, we are on to our final grammar rule section. This one is all about making sure you sound precise and accurate when you're talking about quantities of things. Much versus many. This all depends on a simple question. Can you count the noun or not? We use many for things we can actually count, one by one, like dollars, books, people. We use much for things that are more of a big blob or a concept we can't count, like water or time or information. That's why we ask how many dollars, but how much time. And the test for this is just so simple. Just ask yourself, can I put a number in front of it? One friend, two friends? Yep, so you have many friends. One water, two waters? Not really, so you drink much water. Asking that simple question will lead you to the right word every single time. Okay, so theory is great, but practice is really where confidence is born. So now it's your turn. I'm going to say a few sentences using all the rules we just covered. I want you to repeat them out loud right after me. Really say that. You ready? Let's do this. You're doing a great job. She is taller than her brother. It's a sunny day today. He doesn't live here anymore. I don't understand the question. How many people are coming? Fantastic. How did that feel? Doesn't it just feel good to say it correctly and with confidence? And that brings us to the most important part of this whole explainer, which is, what do you do next? Because, knowing the rules is one thing, but actually building the habit, well, that's everything. And really, here's the main takeaway today. The things we've covered, they're not complicated ideas. They are tiny little adjustments. But making these adjustments over and over again is the absolute fastest path to sounding more polished and more professional. It totally transforms how you sound, and even more importantly, how you feel when you speak English. It really is all about practice. So as we finish up, I want to leave you with one last question. Just think back on everything we've covered. Which one of these habits, just one, are you going to focus on mastering this week? Pick one. Get really good at it. Then move to the next. That right there is your path to speaking powerful, confident English. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer.